Hello everyone, I am Sherry and this is Me Now. This week I am going to be talking about joints and the synovial fluid that helps to lubricate the joints. So to begin with, synovial fluid is supposed to be quite thin and it's kind of like almost like oil, I guess. It kind of lubricates your joints so when they're moving they're not grinding together and causing problems. The synovial fluid is supposed to be a very thin layer in there. So if it's working properly, it's thin, it's smooth, it keeps everything functioning nicely, okay? Now, if the synovial fluid is too thick, it can cause ganglion cysts. These can or cannot cause pain. In my case, they did cause a lot of pain, but I've heard in many cases they don't really bother you and sometimes will just go away as the fluid gets thinner and isn't overly thick. If your body can fix it itself, it will go away. If your body's like mine and doesn't fix it by itself, my body doesn't get rid of water, then they stay and they can cause a lot of pain. It can also, if you have too much water or too much thick synovial fluid in there, it can also make your joints very sloppy. I found out recently that this was a big part of why my joints were popping apart all the time. My body doesn't get rid of water by itself. I am on furosemide to help keep the water in my body out. If I drink a little too much or even the right amount, your body's supposed to be taking it in and getting it out. Mine doesn't do the getting it out part. This caused my heart problem, and I learned it has also caused a lot of my joint problems. Now, I do have rheumatoid arthritis, and it is pretty bad, so the meds certainly helped that, but I couldn't understand why my joints were still pushing apart, popping out, dislocating constantly. Turns out it was because all the water fluid buildup in my body was too much and it was making them sloppy and pushing them apart. Not a fun time. Since I have reduced my drinking down to 4 to 6 glasses a day and I have used furosemide, I take 40 milligrams a day. If I drink more than that, or say I eat out and it was a sodium treat, then I would take extra in order to counter that extra salt that is going to hold on to fluid so that my body can still get rid of it. Another thing that really helps with this is repetitive motion. Now, the last 2 weeks I showed quite a few little exercises and stretches that help get your joints motivated and working in the day. Please look back on them. They are really amazing and very good. They helped me incredibly. Repetitive motion helps control pain in the joints as well as helps get them moving, get that synovial fluid nice and loose and flowing and doing its job. Maybe it even helps keep it from getting thick and chunky, okay? If you're moving it, it doesn't have time to get thick and jelly-like, okay? So those movements, they seem really silly, but they work amazing. Now, one other thing I'd like to pop in here is hypersensitivity. When you're not moving your joints because, say, it hurt, so then each time you moved it, it hurt. And your brain tells you, oh, it hurts so much more, it hurts so much more. It doesn't necessarily hurt so much more. This isn't all the cases. In my case, and this was the case, because my brain was protecting me from that pain, and my joints are going to dislocate, which they did. The pain I'm feeling is going to keep getting worse. It's causing damage. My brain tells me that these pains, and then you end up with hypersensitivity to pain. So your body's telling you it hurts way more than it does. Now, I have found when I forget to do my little exercises, I'm super busy, been 2 or 3 days, haven't done my little stretches in the morning, my little, finger stuff, whatever, suddenly they'll start hurting. And I will sit there and I will do the exercises, those silly little stretches that seem, dumb, and I'll do it until the pain goes away. That helps to rewire your brain to realize that perhaps there isn't any pain there at all, or what little bit of pain there is extremely tolerable. So those exercises from the last 2 weeks, and I will include the links down below in case to make it easier to find them, although they are in the chapter 2 collection. They do make a difference. They seem silly, but wow, like I run up the stairs now. I can run out to the car. I don't remember the last time I had a joint dislocate on me, okay? It's amazing the difference they make. And they're so minimal, silly. 3 to 5 minutes in the morning. That's all it takes. Just that. Your joints will thank you so much. Well, that is it for me to this week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you all for being here, and check me out on Twitter and Facebook as well. Once again, I will put the links to the last 2 weeks of videos, the top half of the body for stretches and joint care, and the bottom half of the body for stretches and joint care. Enjoy your week and your weekend, and I will see you next week, I hope. Thank you so much for coming. I am Sherri on Me Now, signing off until next week.